So if I break down and I'm supposed to walk up the road, how am I supposed to walk up the road? Am I supposed to walk in the road?
That's fine. Look, I'm just telling you, okay?
Okay.
Being up here,
I'll tell you what. Watch this. Go ahead. What are you going to do now?
What?
You work for me. You serve the public and the people. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I am the people and I am the public. You serve me. Up you go.
Okay.
You're dismissed.
What's with the...
Have a great day.
You can't dismiss me. I don't work for you. Excuse me. You work for the people. You are a servant of the people. Welcome back to San Joaquin Valley Transparency. This video comes to you by way of Hornets Nest Media. This guy reached out to me, said he had some videos, and I seen this one, and I did like this video. And at the end of the video, you guys are going to see something that we don't often see, and I think you guys are going to appreciate it. This cop admits that he's wrong, and he apologizes. Now that right there, folks, is something that I truly can appreciate. Sure, he was made to believe that he can just tell people what to do, where to stand or where not to stand, where to walk or where not to walk. But this man knew his rights, and he knew this cop's scope of authority was limited, and he knew exactly how to express that. Folks, if you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights. And these cops are trained to make you believe that they can tell you what to do. And that's why we get a lot of comments thanking us for the work that we do. We also do our best to highlight newer channels, so definitely go subscribe to Hornets Nest Media. I'll drop the original link in the description and in the pinned comment. Let's watch this video. We'll pause for some comments, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end.
Obviously, you have the right to film, but you can't be on school property, okay?
Am I on school property?
Yeah, this is still school property. Yeah.
There's no public easement that runs up and down through here?
It's school property.
There's no public easement, and so it's right there at the edge of the road? So if I break down and I'm supposed to walk up the road, how am I supposed to walk up the road? Am I supposed to walk in the road?
That's fine. Look, I'm just telling you, okay?
Okay.
Being up here,
I'll tell you what. Watch this. Go ahead. What are you going to do now?
What?
I mean, what are you going to do?
I was just informing you.
I'm not on school property, so do what you got to do.
Okay.
There's no need for you to even be down here speaking to me right now.
Yeah, to inform you. I can be down
No,
here
this is I'm a member of the press, and this is a First Amendment protected activity, and you should not even be speaking to me right now.
Okay, well, I have the right to speak to people.
You do not.
Too.
So you also have the right to walk away.
Yeah, so do you.
Have a great day. You're dismissed.
You too.
You're dismissed, Deputy Robinson with the
Deputy
Gaston
Robinson.
County Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You got a badge number, ID number, or anything?
6139.
6139.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Have a great day. You're dismissed. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for your time. What?
You don't dismiss me.
Yeah, actually, everything you own is on us, the taxpayer, and that means I dismiss you. I employ you. I am your tax-paying citizen that employs you. You work for me. You serve the public and the people. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I am the people and I am the public. You serve me. Up you go.
Okay.
You're dismissed.
What's with the...
Have a great day. Because you came down here and spoke to me. You should know better.
To inform you that you can't be on school property?
I'm not on school property, so you're already telling me the wrong thing. So you are absolutely telling me the wrong thing.
I am not.
I looked up the GIS survey before I came here, and there's about this much easement from here to the road.
Okay.
I can stand right here.
Well, I believe you.
There's nothing you can do.
Okay.
So why are you still here?
Because I can be.
All right, well, enjoy yourself.
Okay.
You're absolutely doing nothing right now.
All right.
You were doing nothing when you were standing up there, and I was driving by talking shit to you, and you were flapping your gums at me for no reason in front of other people, like a true professional. And so here we are. It's Deputy Robinson, everybody. He's for some reason harassing me for standing in public on a public easement.
Have I threatened you or said anything to you?
But you told me I was standing on school property, which is an unlawful activity. If you wanted to push it that far, you could try to make it an unlawful activity, and this is not an unlawful activity in any way whatsoever, period.
I want to congratulate this deputy for solving all the crimes in his area. There are no more cold case files to be solved. Of course, you know I'm just kidding, folks. You won't watch one episode of Cold Case Files where someone won't mention the fact that cops were incompetent. Hundreds of thousands of cold case files, and only 1% are actually solved, folks. What does that tell you about police?
I'm not pushing anything at all.
Then why are you still here?
All I was doing was walking down here to inform
To
you
inform me that I'm not on school property? Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Now you can go. Okay. You're welcome to go. Okay. I'd love for you to go.
That's fine.
All right, well. See ya. No? Still gonna stand here? All right, cool. All right, cool. No, all you're doing is making an ass out of yourself, so.
I'm not making an ass out.
You definitely are, and you will be. You'll be on YouTube tonight. It's okay. Look yourself up. Community Charter School, Stanley, North Carolina. It'll be on YouTube. Just search for it, and you'll see yourself right there.
You have like a YouTube channel?
No, you can just search for it on YouTube. It'll come right up, and then you'll know the channel or whatever you want to know.
Okay, that's fine.
So.
One thing you could do when you're out there recording cops, and if they act like idiots, let them know that they're going to find themselves on the San Joaquin Valley Transparency channel. Then copy your links and send them to recordpolicenow@gmail.com and let me know that you said that in the video. We will catapult you to the top of the list, folks. Keep watching.
I'm actually going to walk over this way to get you in better light because you're blown out right now from the sun.
Okay.
So let's get a good shot of your... There you go. Look at you.
There you go.
There you go. That's perfect.
Good.
Okay, so you got any gang tattoos on you?
No.
No?
Why would I have gang tattoos?
Well, you covered in tattoos. I know you like to ask people covered in tattoos if they have any. You like to look for gang tattoos on people. So I
don't.
I'm doing it to you as well, like you do to us. Cool.
You must know though, I served in the Army. That's why I have tattoos.
Oh, okay. I appreciate your service in the Army. I wish you would have stopped there. Because you signed up for a job here where you get to hurt people that you served in the Army, that you protected in the Army.
As an SRO?
You drive a sheriff's department car.
Yeah.
You work for the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
So if something major went down and you had to jump in there and grab somebody and throw them down and do all that, maybe even shoot somebody, who knows? You signed up to do all of those things, right?
I signed up to, defend people around here.
Right. Are you doing that right now?
I'm defending the school. That's my job.
Do I look like a threat to the school?
I'm here to talk to you.
Cool. Yeah. I'd rather not.
Okay, that's fine.
I try really hard not to talk to you guys very much.
Yeah, and that's your right.
Yep.
I'm not here to tell you you're doing something wrong or anything.
Well, you did. You told me I was on school property, and that's wrong.
No, I told you.
It is wrong to tell me that I am on school property, because that is incorrect. I am not on school property.
Give me a second. Let me backtrack here. I'll admit if I said that, I was wrong.
Okay.
What I meant when I was saying that is that if you are going to film, which I said at the beginning,
right?
It is your right to film.
It is. Yep. It is.
That.
Yep. Okay.
If you are going to film, that you just can't be on school property. That's what I meant.
No. That's why I didn't walk up there.
Well, yeah, I figured.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Okay.
We're clear now. So I apologize for the hostility, but honestly, I deal with a lot of hostility from law enforcement, especially from Gaston County Police Department. I've had a deputy also be hostile with me right here on this road. Well, the next one to the right. But anyway, he was backing out of a driveway, and I just revved my gas on my car because my horn's not very loud. And he stopped, and then I guess that upset him. So he followed me, chased me down the road, and I stopped. I just pulled over in someone's driveway. And then he pulled up beside of me. It was not a traffic stop. He just pulled up beside of me and, what are you doing? What's your problem? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I just didn't want you to back out in the street, but he was a jerk. So he represents the entire department. So when one of you is a jerk, I have to treat the rest of you the same until you prove otherwise, if that makes sense.
Well, would that be fair for me to treat you a jerk because I dealt with somebody
Well, I mean, you kind of treated me like I was dumb by telling me I'm on school property. I'm not on school property.
I told you. Okay, I understand this is an easement. Right.
There is a public easement, yeah.
I got that.
Yep.
However, when I came down and said, "Hey, you can, it's your right to film, but you can't film on school property," how is that telling you that you're on school property?
I guess.
I didn't come down.
I guess you.
To be a jerk.
No. Okay. So here's the problem with it. Here's the problem that most people have, is that when you came down here and spoke to me in the first place, you shouldn't have in the first place. If you wanted to come down and just say, hey, how's it going? And just, I guess, BS or whatever, it would have been fine. But that wasn't the case. You came down here and you issued directive. and you told me, oh, it's okay for you to film. Like, I didn't know that already. I already know that.
I figured you knew that.
But it was pointless for you to say it, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, it sets the stage for you to be thought of as a jerk. Because when you say stuff like that to people who are doing what I'm doing, we already know what we're doing.
Yeah, I know you did.
If I had entered the school property, that point would have been the time for you to come and tell me, you know, you're on school property, this is not a public school, you know, I'm going to have to ask you to leave because you don't belong here. And that would have been fine. But I never did any of those things.
And that's what I like to call presumed authority, folks. Cops believe in their heads that they have authority over the people. And if you're paying attention, the mainstream media always calls them the authorities. That's called presumed authority. And if you allow it, it turns into unbridled power. Always check them on their authority and let them know they have no authority over you. And also reach out to your local news and demand that they stop calling them the authorities.
So it would have been better for you to just come down and say, if you wanted to speak to me, just come down and say hello. Don't tell me it's okay for me to film. I already know that. Don't tell me I can't enter school property. I already know that.
Can you think about it from like... Think about it from my viewpoint as an SRO.
Okay.
With like as much bad stuff that
I know. This day and age, I know. Like I know. I get it.
Whether it's you or like an 80-year-old man or whatever.
I get it.
I have to treat everybody the exact same.
I mean, you could do it like security guards do, just observe and report. I mean, if I'm not entering school property, and if you never see me enter school property, then there's zero issue and there's zero reason to make contact.
That's fine.
You see what I'm saying? I mean,
I get that viewpoint.
You know, like, yeah, do your investigation first, then make contact.
To me, it's like having a sheriff's car in front of the school or a police car in front of the school where like, excuse me, you know, that's the first deterrent to somebody coming in and doing something bad.
Yeah,
Same thing with making contact with somebody.
It didn't work in Uvalde, man. It didn't work that way in Uvalde.
I know.
You know,
but
those cowards stood outside while that man walked around and they're shooting up kids, man.
And
there were cowards.
It goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody's the same.
Exactly. You're right. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
I've known cops that like don't know how to talk to people and don't really, you know, just here to make money.
Yeah.
I've known cops that like genuinely cared about the public.
Okay.
I try to genuinely care about the public.
Okay.
I care about these kids at these schools.
Okay.
Like, I care about you. We didn't get off on the best terms.
Yeah.
That don't mean we can't sit here and have a civil conversation and like...
I'm totally down with having a civil conversation with a police officer because it's rare that it happens. Like, the way you guys are typically trained and the way from what I've mostly dealt with was, you know, you come out here to assert authority, you know, and you're all trained to be the authority in the situation.
And if it comes to that, it comes to that.
Right.
But in general, you attract more flies with, you know, sugar than vinegar.
Yeah, typically.
And here's something that comes to mind, folks. Just because a cop has a smile or a nice attitude, that doesn't mean he's not trying to violate your rights. That shit confuses people sometimes. Why did you have to talk to him that way? Well, why the hell did he have to confront me anyways?
So,
I guess
start over.
I guess what rubbed me the wrong way is would you coming down here telling me it's okay to do what I did, and as long as I didn't enter school property.
I didn't mean anything by it.
I get that, but I just, as long as you can see it from my side, you know, there are other people out here that do exactly what I do.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them out there that are out there just to make you guys look bad.
I've seen those YouTube videos.
You know, and that's not what I do. You know, I've highlighted a lot of great cops on my channel, and you know, I show the bad ones too. Mostly I get you guys breaking traffic laws. That's, you know, not you guys, but, you know, law enforcement breaking traffic laws. No turn signal, rolling stop signs. Look, the stuff that you guys would stop us for to push an investigation. You see what I mean? Like, okay, let's stop him. Let's get his license. Let's check it for warrants. Now we got to look through his car. You know, we're going to check the passengers too. You know, there's just, it's a whole snowball that happens from a very simple thing. And, but yeah, I mean,
if I can start over with a more civil way.
Okay.
I'm Deputy Robinson.
All right.
Have to tell me your name.
I'm John. I'll call you.
It's nice to meet you.
John. Good citizen is usually what I go by, or Mr. Nice Guy.
I get it now.
So, you know, I'll apologize for the hostility right off, but I'm glad we were able to stand here and have this conversation.
To explain kind of earlier, since obviously I was irritated with traffic, you were irritated with traffic, so like being assigned to the school, like
you can't do anything out here, can you? While you're on duty for the school, right?
My sole purpose here is the kids at the school.
Wow. So maybe tomorrow
we are going to have a discussion about how we can alleviate this tomorrow.
So how about as a suggestion, because I was sitting here thinking about it, and how about just a lane closure, like when you flag traffic, when there's construction on the side of the road? So that way when this lane is all blocked up, you can have someone down here and someone up here to open and close the lane to let people go by. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
We're gonna try to figure it out to where we can squeeze everybody in here, or maybe stagger the traffic, so like everybody's not coming at once. I know at the old campus we had it done just about. It usually took 2 or 3 days to get like everything completely fixed.
Right.
But we're going to try to get it done faster because
this is the first day of this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had people in the oncoming lane going the wrong way and all kinds of wild stuff. I might be out here tomorrow to record again, just to record it, because I like to record stuff and that happens in Gaston County, and the people that watch my channel, they'll know about this and where it is, so that maybe they can avoid it and go elsewhere. You know what I mean? To get home.
The biggest thing for me is if I'm out here dealing with traffic, if something happens at the school, I can't be at the school.
Right. I get that.
I mean?
I get that. And there's only just you working here?
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, or okay.
Anytime there's anybody here.
Right. Okay.
Occasionally we'll have more deputies here.
Yeah.
But it's dependent.
Okay.
So.
I'm surprised Stanley Police Department didn't come out here, because there's like all their cars are parked up there at the station when I came by. Like, you'd think that they would come out here and help out.
Out there, but I don't know who's there and who's not.
Yeah, I know Ridgeway up there. He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, we'll try to get this. We're gonna try to get this fixed because this is a headache for everybody.
It is, but it's the first day, so
it's like that with every school, though.
Yep, it's the first day of this school being going, and there's gonna be some headaches. Good talking to you.
Cops are trained to make believe that everyone should just comply. They advocate for that. They're trained in brute force and compliance. But you know what cops are not trained in? People's natural rights. I can prove that. In hundreds, if not thousands of videos that we've seen on YouTube and other social media platforms, we see that cops don't know the simplicity of the First Amendment of the Constitution. But they swear an oath to the Constitution. They even raise their hand, but the only thing that they're doing is repeating something that somebody else is reading to them. So they swear an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, but they don't know it. Doesn't that sound like a hoax perpetrated on the people? But then they're being told to go out and identify everyone to get as many criminals off the streets as possible. But you want to hear some truth? Their supervisors, their training officers, they're putting cops in bad positions. They're the ones that are making a cop's job dangerous. They're made to believe that they are the authorities. And if you listen to mainstream media news, when they refer to cops, they refer to them as the authorities. But the people know they don't have to bow down to cops. And that's what makes it dangerous for a cop. The people are sick and tired of cops believing that the people have to just comply. And when people do comply, it strokes their ego. It solidifies in their minds that their training is correct. But this is improper training, folks. Their training and their behavior goes against everything this country is built on, the foundation of freedom. So when this cop walked up to this man and began to spew nonsense, this man immediately put him in check. It has to be embarrassing for cops to get put in check and then get blasted all over YouTube for hundreds of thousands of people to see. In reality, cops should take this up with their superiors. Before a cop goes into training to become a cop, he should stop them right away and say, hey, this is not right. You're putting us in dangerous positions. And if cops are going to continue to violate people's rights, then why should the people continue to pay taxes? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Cops are not the authorities of the people. On the contrary, the people are the authorities of themselves. Why are there so many unsolved crimes and cold case files? That's because cops suck at being investigators. Sure, I've seen some videos of cops doing a good job, detectives catching criminals, but that's only 1% of hundreds of thousands of cold case files that are out there. I wouldn't mind paying taxes if we were actually catching murderers, bank robbers, rapists, and criminals that actually create victims. I hate seeing cops going out there with egos, bad attitudes towards the people, standing around doing absolutely nothing. 3 or 4 police vehicles with about 5 or 6 cops on one traffic stop. That makes absolutely no sense to me, folks. Government is not doing anything to fix this problem. Government seems to just keep making things worse for everyone, putting restrictions on people, making people pay for permits, driver's licenses, business licenses, forcing kids to go to school just to teach them a bullshit curriculum. We should be teaching kids how to become tradesmen, how to build things, how to apply the math. They're not teaching our kids what their natural rights are. The kids nowadays care about the stupidest shit on earth, but they don't care about the most important things like their own natural rights. This country truly has gone downhill. They're sending kids home with homework, but here we are as parents sending our kids to school to learn stuff and do schoolwork. We don't send our kids to school with a backpack full of dishes. When kids come back home, they need to have some family time. Is this what the oligarchs want? A dumbed down society? Is this happening by design or by happenstance? Well, we as a people need to fix these things. We need to teach our kids what their rights are. We need to educate police on what our natural rights are. And when you learn your natural rights, you begin to respect other people's rights as well. Many folks in the auditing community already know their natural rights, so they know how to stand up for themselves. Many of you out there that are watching and paying attention to these videos will know what to do and say when you find yourself in the presence of police. And they cannot stand it, folks. It burns them deep down in their souls. It hurts their pride and their ego, and it ruins everything they were taught. This guy at Hornets Nest Media knew exactly what to say to put this cop in check. Many of you have learned from my channel or channels similar to mine. How many times have we heard before that these departments only hire low IQ people to become cops? People that will just do what they're told without asking any questions. Some of these people only care about their pensions. But there are other ways to make money, folks. You don't have to become cops. And if you do, question the training. Question your superiors. Ask them why you're only being trained in brute force and compliance. Ask them why you're not being taught what the people's natural rights are. Oftentimes we see people getting arrested for non-crimes. That fills up the courthouses, and that wastes taxpayer dollars. The courthouse is complicit. The judge is complicit. The prosecuting attorney is complicit. The public defenders are complicit. Clerks are complicit. Cops are complicit. And all of this is because it is job security. Government likes this, folks. It's become an upside down world. This is not what we the people expect when we pay taxes. We need to start questioning all of this. We need to do it together. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Before we let you go, we're going to give you the First Amendment of the Constitution. It is extremely important that you memorize it, learn it, teach it to your kids, teach it to your family members. It is an empowerment, folks. You have the freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and freedom to petition your government for a redress of grievances. These documents are written to limit the scope of authority that cops and the government has over we the people. Government wants to have all the authority, and that's why they call you names like sovereign citizens when you tell cops that you have rights. Don't let that happen to you, folks. Be one of the brave ones. If you have videos you want us to look at, send it to recordpolicenow@gmail.com. Give us as much information as possible. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.